everybody, Joshua Hatton here with Single Cask Nation. I've got Jason on the road going around doing various tastings, events, seminars, showing off a lot of our newer whiskeys, as well as some of our older whiskeys, a little bit of rum here and there. And so anyway, seeing as he's out gallivanting, and we have 3 whiskeys dropping on our website on Tuesday, October 22nd at 12 noon. I wanted to get some of these tasting videos out there ahead of time so you had a better understanding of the whiskeys and can make an informed purchasing decision. So we're going to start off with the first of 3 here, and this is Badoom, our Tullibardine 9-year-old. So this is a 9-year-old, which I got. Look at this like camera wizardry here. I've got this bottling here, and just for full details, it's kind of a cool story here. So the whiskey spent its first year in refill bourbon barrel, and then the final 8 years in first fill bourbon, also a barrel in size. It's from the Tullibardine distillery, which, pretty big distillery in the Highlands of Scotland, not too far away from Glasgow, if you look at a map here. And Tullibardine is known for creating malt to go into a number of blends. They did have some of their own bottlings around. They may still do, but it's not something you see too often here in the States, at least. Perhaps some of these bottlings are available overseas. But Tullibardine's always been a producer of just solid malt, specifically for blends. Some of their own releases that did come here, I quite liked. I think it was the 285. They gave them all numbers. And I think it was the 285 or maybe it was 288. I forget the number. But that was Tullibardine matured in Sauterne. And that was, Sauterne casks are some of my favorites here. But here we wanted to target an ex-bourbon barrel to really sort of highlight the natural characteristics of the spirit itself. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let me put this back here. Watch this wizardry. Ta-da! There you go. So there's our Tullibardine. Bottled at 61.5% alcohol. Quite fruity on the nose. Think apples, a little bit of orange citrus going on there. Quite fruity and upfront. A little bit of gray peppercorn going on. Oh, man. Then there's this sort of nice sort of graham crackery kind of quality going on. There's a warmth here, which is, one of the reasons we decided to launch this in October of this year. Normally something first fill bourbon, something quite fruity and unpeated, we might think about a summer release, right? Because we often think about timing for drinking things. And while this will do just fine as a summer dram, there's something nice and warming about this that just made us think of fall, that graham cracker. I mean, I won't go so far as to say s'mores here, but you've got that vanilla sweetness going on. You get that graham cracker kind of sweet bready, a little bit of spiciness going on there. Quite inviting. Even at 61.5% alcohol, it's not burning the nostrils at all. Man, just nice and fresh. A little autumnal, a little bit of falling leaves going on. I don't know if it's the season, it's like peak leaf peeping season here in Connecticut, but so maybe the season's leading the witness. Either way, what I'm getting here is just lovely. All right, going in for the taste here. Really great texture. Warming. Buttery. Oh, so buttery across the palate. There's a good bit of German rye toast here. Toasted with butter. Baked pears. A little bit of quince jam. Oh, some white chocolate, like heaviness, like a fattiness going on there. Oh man, there are a lot within the whiskey geek community that look at a Tullibardine and sort of give it a side eye because there haven't been that many legendary Tullibardines to speak of. You don't see a lot of it in independent bottlings. You don't see the distillery releasing a ton of their own whiskey. Again, a lot of it's meant for blends. And while there are few 9-year-old whiskeys I would ever call legendary whiskeys, there are many, and this among them, that are just solid drinkers. This is from nose to palate to finish, telling just a beautiful story of fruit, of warmth, of chest warming, of autumnal sort of fall-like scents and flavors. That buttery quality to it. It's almost like apple pie crusts. But it's not just a flavor, it's a texture as well. It's really rich, really luxurious. Man. Yeah, you could do worse. You could do far worse than this cheeky wee Tully, which, by the way, at 9 years of age, we're selling it for $85 a bottle. 9-year-old Tullibardine, 1 year in refill bourbon, 8 years in first fill bourbon, 61.5% alcohol. Here's your flavometer, by the way, if you're looking for where those flavors lie. So there you go, really rich. And that spice, remember the first thing I mentioned was some of those gray peppercorns coming through. And then on the label here, it says, with 8 of its 9 years spent maturing in first fill bourbon, this delightful Tullibardine shows firm structure, abundant oak spice, and several buttery elements that include buttered popcorn on the finish. Oh, man. I forgot that we had a buttered popcorn note. I'm going to go in on that. Yeah, just an absolute beauty. Beauty of a dram. Great first fill bourbon. Yeah, you do well to put a bottle or two of this in your cart. This is one you share with friends early and often. Cheers, nation.